Hello, fellow roboticists. We will start the Aftermath mission, which from the description looks like it comes after Precipice. And I'll start. I still only have one scout. By the way, I turned on volume for this episode because that might help. Operation Aftermath, North Africa Spring. Your company returns to the region after the storm has passed to witness the aftermath and help mitigate the consequences. So that looks like some sort of port with cranes, some sort of refinery, probably a power plant. That's the abandoned facility from the previous episode. And that is my vehicle. I wonder if it changes if you get a different scout vehicle, because it really seems like it's this.
Looks like our hard work paid off. The storm's passed and the town's still standing. Still, we better check for damage. I've marked your destination at the harbor.
Okay. Handbrake off, which I've learned earlier, and go. So turn on the wheel drive and lock the differentials. Why am I so slow? Oh, it's because I'm in reverse. That makes sense. Oh look, someone closed the gate. How nice of them. Okay, the gate just opens. That makes sense. Wrong drive, diff lock. Don't get stuck on the palm tree. I might go flying. I like how they used the previous map. It lets you see the differences between before the storm and after the storm. I might need to use my winch. This is annoying. Oh, terrain scanner. Okay, I'm in the single worst possible spot. I wonder if that's dynamic on purpose for people who don't use the terrain scanner. Or not. Oh, I forgot I still had the winch. Okay. Okay. This is going very well. There is another palm tree. Why are there so many palm trees around here? This is annoying. Yay, jump. That did not work. Can I winch something? Yes, I can winch something. I wonder how many people that's for. Probably not many, because the smart route is going around. Yeah, I'm really good at winching things. It's very useful. No, I am not very good at looking where I'm going. I can winch to these palm trees. Wow. Okay. I'm not going to comment on the tires again because, I mean, it's probably how these games work. You have bad tires, but they're actually good tires. They're just tires. I don't understand. Yeah, it's probably graphical that these tires are like this. Although it's also dynamic based on the terrain I've been going along. Am I supposed to go this way? I don't know. Oh, whoa. Wow. The abandoned facility is completely flooded. Wow. Okay, don't go that way. I hope I don't have to. Oh, I can see the entire map. That's good. Oh, there's probably more map here. Okay. That means it won't be boring or anything. Should I go along that bridge? It's a bridge, but that's there. And it's probably on another island. So yeah, I should go along the bridge. So just... Oh, okay, I was going the right way. Now, what? Is my turning circle good enough for this? Yes, okay. That's good. Well, that wasn't hard. It seems like half of these things are hard for this vehicle and half of the things are easy. So maybe, if I had the other vehicle, the other half of things would be easier. And then the things that are hard for me, for example, the other vehicle could fit through. But then that puddle might be bad for the other vehicle. Train scanner. Okay, this is actually very green. Just go along the green and stay out of the yellow. Use the handbrake to slow down quickly because I don't... Well, I know I have good brakes, but they're probably not that good. And the entire terrain, even the terrain behind me, which is most of the terrain that I'm scanning. Try to stay out of the yellow and where it gets deep, because that's not mud, that's water. And water I can sink in.
At least this bridge is still in one piece. We had to move our operations before the storm. We needed to get to that harbor, so it had to be lowered. I was a bit worried about it, storm and all.
Yay. Okay. Well, I assume they put that there because it was on the previous map and it was raised. And then that's just to describe to the other people part of the storyline why you couldn't get here earlier, because it was raised, but now it's lowered. I'm still not sure why they could have still put this here. I mean, they probably went to the effort of it because some people look for that sort of thing, and like half of the games that you see don't do that, and it would also make for good, consistent surroundings if you looked out on the precipice map. Wait, stop. I have robot. Do you see that? Those birds? They put a lot of effort into this game. I don't doubt this was all here. Precipice map. Plus, most of it would be the same. They just increase the hue of most of the ground to make it less wet. Those birds. Wow. Well, I doubt you'll even go to half of these places, but it's good to see that this game is very full. I have no idea why I'm so good at this. I should be really bad because I have, I don't know how long I have in this game, but I'm good at this. I guess because it uses physics and I'm a roboticist, and turn. I just did a jump. That's interesting. Yeah. I feel like when this becomes a larger YouTube channel, people will go back to this and hear how bad my voice is. The cavalry has finally arrived, but your work is just getting started. And there's the big boat. Yazily. Yes, it's the Yazily. I hope I can use that crane, otherwise getting things off the boat would be...
You might have noticed we've deployed some additional support. Supplies, vehicles, that kind of thing. But you'll need to jump in the crane and move all those containers out of the way first. And then you'll need to check the road from the harbor base to the transit point and clear out any hazards. Once that's done, you can plot a route for our vehicles.
Okay. Clear the area of objects. Okay. And so I have that and that. What's this? 413327. Okay. Handbrake off. Strap cargo. No cargo to strap. Cannot secure cargo. Turn on the engine. And go. it looks rear-wheel drive. This also looks like the convoy vehicles, which are all-wheel... Wait. Okay, now it's all-wheel drive. Ouch. Yeah, this is definitely rear-wheel drive, but then if I do this, it's all-wheel drive. Okay, that makes sense. Why doesn't it have a front-wheel drive mode? That's weird. Okay. This goes here. Alright, wait. I think I remember I can hold tab and then switch. Okay. And then move this. So, okay, it's from this angle. A, D, X, Z, R, F. It would be good if instead of X and Z, it was like W and S or something. I could change it in the key bindings, but then it would be inconsistent with the other cranes. Come on, double. I was just talking about that and I already forgot. This should be different. Okay. Down. Up. I prefer the keyboard version because you don't have to do all these mouse movements. I keep moving up. I forget that it's this. Wait, what about G? Yay! Now this. And strap cargo. And go. Whoa, I can't turn when my wheels are off the ground. What is this? No, turn. Lock. Differentials. Wait, if I go all-wheel drive. Stop. I can't use all-wheel drive mode without locking my differ. Just... well... okay. That's one benefit of not having all-wheel drive on. The front wheels can't spin by themselves. Of course, if they would otherwise spin by themselves on all-wheel drive, that means you can't turn. But hey ho. I guess I'll just reverse. Why was there no intro for this? I mean, I guess it was like the crane and the cargo truck earlier. But it wasn't like the dozer. Okay, so how do I dispose of this? What if I... whoa! I am really happy about this, even though it makes it harder to control. I guess I like using my brakes to get my front wheels off the ground. Actually, no. It's because the front wheels, which aren't powered when I'm like this, can get over the rails, and then that leaves more power for the back wheels to get over the rails. Because I'm like this. Now, how can I'm interested... this looks like one of those big trucks you see going around until you look at the fact that it has 6 wheels and is obviously meant for off-road travel, and that it was the off-road convoy truck in precipice. The wheels were phasing through the ground. Well, I guess that's one way to dump your shipping containers into the ocean. The only problem is I've also dumped my cargo truck into the ocean. Now, how do I get this out? Recover vehicle. My engine has flooded. Thank you for telling me. Okay. Yeah. Oh, water just came out of the exhaust and I turned it on. Does that always happen? Yeah, it does, okay. Game, I thought you were better than this. Wait, I'm just going to test something because that was really hard. Does this crane look like a rescue vehicle? Yeah, it does. It's also yellow, which is not the company colors. The company colors are yellow and black. That's like a team you would not, a football team you would not recognize because you're an American. And if you're an Australian, you'd probably recognize it anyway without me having to say the name. If you'd recognize it at all. Is this the furthest I can go? Yes. Well, it's far enough. Z. Can I? What's the? I can't see anything. Ooh. Wow. This is a very big crane. Okay, let's... Ah yes, cab mode. That way I don't have to say cockpit. I can't see a single thing. There. Attach. Do this. The cargo truck is fine. And A. As I said, I can't see a thing. Attach. This is such a big crane. Okay, align this. And then get out down this ladder. Into this. Wait, I have an experiment. No, I don't. I have to reach the location. Which is very descriptive. Extremely descriptive, after all. Yeah. Okay, go like this, go like that. I don't like this view because I can't see my wheels. Actually, no, if I stop moving, I need to see my wheels. If not, I can be in this view, but then actually you can't see anything. Okay, here. Tiger 6455B, or is it Tiger? Supports a wide bed and a powerful engine. Your best bet to move sand around. Yo, I know what the expression best bet means. This road has been damaged by the storm and is impassable for convoys. A nearby dump truck will do the switch trick, splice error. Switch to it to repair the damaged sections. I shouldn't criticize it. Actually, no, if I criticize it, then the people who made this game will be able to fix it if they watch this, which I doubt they do because they have 0 subscribers. Enter. Dump truck operation. That controls the tipping angle. 1 opens the tipper, 2 closes the tipper. Why do I need that if I have that and that? And why do I need that and that if I have that? I mean, I should have at least one in both. And I guess if I want to go slowly, that's good, but I did say I preferred the buttons for the crane controls as well. So I guess it depends on what you want at the time. Engine not running. Has it stalled? Oh wait, no, the last person is probably just responsible and turned off the engine before leaving it to sit here for at least a day. Yeah. I, on the other hand, don't have to worry about fuel consumption. As in editing was pointed out in the previous video, or 2 videos ago. I keep forgetting. Okay, so how do I do this? Yes. I go here. Who turned off there? Okay, single wheel. One moment, it said that in the codex. The gear to avoid unnecessary wheel spin and preventing it. See, looking deeper. It sends torque to all the wheels to improve traction. I already have that, that's locked. Diff lock engages the differential lock, which equalizes wheel speed. That's good. And then that's just the terrain scanner. Okay. Oh, dump trucks and quarries. Dump trucks are used to pour sand. Okay, and they can be refilled. Heavy dump trucks serve as a mobile quarry. Some quarries may be inactive. A mobile sand screener can be deployed on a suitable sandy surface to function as a full-fledged quarry. That is big. Okay. Cute. Okay. And then move. Handbrake. What if I turn off the handbrake? Because if I'm right, pouring sand will create a hill, and then I can just roll down the hill. And I can make it become a nice, even spread without even touching anything. I am not touching a single button. Maybe turning off differential locks will help. Should I just close map? Vehicles, sand quarries. I'm in a sand quarry area. Good to know. Refill sand. Maybe I should close it. Yes. Okay, it just rains from the sky when I press G. That makes perfect sense. How much sand can fit in here? Okay, you don't, but actually no, I will press W to help it a bit. And lock my differentials. Use your dozer to flatten sand. The dozer is stored in the garage. Interact with the garage on your map to deploy it. Okay. Interact. Let me get left click. Yes, it says left click right there. This is where your fleet vehicles are stored. Rusty vehicles and your chosen starter vehicles cannot be sold. Starter vehicles. I only got to choose one at the start, the Minuteman K350. To deploy a vehicle on the map, select it and press F. Vehicles that have already been deployed are marked with your wheel. Yay. Retain vehicle. No. Use your dozer to flatten the sand dune. Okay. Yeah, wait. That. It's a motor. It's not a Motorola, but it looks like a Motorola, like, you pickup truck. Why? This is annoying. Why can't I? It's like an unskippable ad, except it's not an ad, it's an unskip. Yeah, I already know all this. Open garage. Okay, that's the same thing. Wait. I want that crane. Okay. Oh, I forgot how hard this is to drive. You know what? It's not that I don't like this in the middle, it's that it's hard to use at high speeds, which I guess this is made for low speeds. And go, 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 go. Well, I mistimed that very slightly. Yay. If I was slightly slower, I could have done that better. Ah! Don't overshoot in this, or you'll end up ramming into a wall. That's my advice. But if you want to turn as quickly as possible, you should continue to hold it. But once you've turned, it's hard to turn the other way for a bit. So, if you have to navigate a tight area, slow down, because otherwise you end up doing this. And everyone questions why you're stupid at moving it. And why didn't you press this button? It would have been so easy. I was pressing that button. It's just really... It just can't turn back because it is turning back. It's hard to explain. Okay. Select greater mode sand flattening. I mentioned in the first episode that the sand flattening is probably for the sand earlier. Turns out it was. Well, that's pretty obvious. The road to the trident point is still enough safe. Pouring sand over the compromised sections takes some patience. I already have done that. Yeah, luckily you've got a dump truck for that. You told me to do that earlier. Of course I did it. And a dozer from the garage to finish the job, which I already have. Why didn't you tell me this? Yes. Sand flattening. You happy? No? Well, I don't care about this. Unskippable. Can I just hold I? No, I can't. That works for the other pop-ups. As you can see, I actually have something called a memory. And I don't mean RAM. I mean, I can actually remember things. It's probably a bad idea to actually use it, considering that so many other YouTubers don't, particularly the most accomplished ones. But also the most accomplished ones have been recording for more than 3 weeks and put out an episode every day. I can see how this could be fun, but it's also slightly tedious. I mean, it isn't that bad. Actually, no, it's fun. I have to get the exact right amount of sand and then go forward the right amount. And then do this perfectly. You know what? This is easy. I mean, I don't want to make it harder. It's supposed to be, well, not impossible to do this. And I know I'm... So, I don't see what could be wrong with that. And this is probably one of the more optimized parts of the game. So the fact that it's easy means that even though there's a puzzle and skill, it simply isn't, like, hard to do unnecessarily. Yes, I have this, and look, concrete. I could get the crane, but that's really far away. I could use a new truck, but I'm not sure if I should. Turn. Okay. To construct a drivable stretch of road from piles of sand, select greater mode sand flattening. Okay. I'll just park this here. It's actually surprisingly fast for a heavy machine. Well, objectives. Additional support. Route. Open. Okay, so per truck that's 40. Okay, so that's going to be a few trucks. Specifically 5, because I can do math. I should move that. If I don't, the other trucks will hopefully phase through it, which I doubt they will, because I can winch to them. Can I winch to them? Well, if I've tested it, I can winch to them, because if I've tested it and I got other results, I'd probably remember it at this time. Earlier I was saying I have a memory. No, I just say that when I get lucky. Everyone has a memory. You remember some things, you don't remember other things, and sometimes you're a complete idiot. That's what memory is. That's the exact definition of memory. It said it had to go to the transit point, and I saw something up there that looked like a transit point. And I doubt a 4-wheel vehicle could go anywhere else. So, yes. Transit point. Harbor base. Transit point. Send additional support to transit point. Dispatch vehicles. Send additional support. You've just sent your additional support units from repairs. They've just arrived at the harbor and are champing at the bit. Put the local crane in action and clear the harbor's surrounding territory by moving scattered containers out of the way, then go ahead and check the road for any potential hazards. Your task is to prepare the route from the harbor base to a transit point and guide our convoy on their way up it. Let's get moving. I don't think many people read that. I haven't previously, but it's probably important for the storyline. The handbrake was on. How powerful is this? Wow. Okay. Enter. Go. I want to follow them because it's going to be more fun. Probably. Turn off off-road features because it's a wheel drive track. And they should be able to get to where I told them to put it. By the way, do you know how to reverse, or are you just going to push? Because if you're just going to push, you're going to despawn. Yeah, you know how to reverse. So yeah. Vehicle failed the route. Oh, it's that other vehicle, okay. I have no idea how it handles, but I guess if I do this, it has to be better, right? So now this one turns. Yeah, if that one can hardly make it, I doubt this one can. Wait, I made it worse. How is it better? Oh. Oh, I see the problem. That's too close. Okay, I need to do a big U-turn. Like this. Then delete this point. And then... No, don't do that. That should be good. Did I just do something stupid? Yeah, I spawned them directly on the crane rails. No. You know what? They can get over that. If that truck can get over it, this one. No, it's not a truck. It's good. By the way, that's a flatbed truck, not to be confused with a pickup truck, which I do not like the name of because it's not a truck. It's just it's not a commercial vehicle that transports cargo. It's a residential vehicle that people like to pretend is a commercial truck that carries cargo because it makes them sound like a business owner and people like when other people have a lot of money. Wow, they just swapped places. Either way, they can both make it, and I have to... No. I have to get into this vehicle. Should I turn on off-road features? No. I shouldn't. Now go. I will, just because it makes it faster. Because I have less wheel spin. But now I don't want to catch up too much. And I also don't want to ram into the back of them, because that would give them an unfair advantage and the rest of the convoy would probably not benefit. By not benefit, I mean they de-benefit. Oh wow, I am fast. Okay. That leaves even thinner lines than my... I'll call it a truck. I give up. Yay, just practice your horn. You really need it. You really need it to be horny. That's why it leaves that weird thing with a double rut on half of it. Wait, does that have double tires? Yes, it does, and each tire is the same as that one's tire. I'm happy I didn't go that way, there were things in the way. Okay. Well, both of those vehicles work okay. Yay, I'm level 3 now.
Good job there. We need a base of operations on the other side of the river. And that means we need a bridge. I don't suppose you've built a bridge before, right? Well, there's a first for everything. Oh, and if you want a steady supply of concrete slabs, I have just the thing. You can send a concrete slab convoy from the warehouse to the harbor base. Not essential, but it should keep our reserves up.
Okay. I have no concrete slabs, but I did see some over there. And if it's easy enough, I'll do it. If I actually have to drive over there because it's quite far, then I won't. So I'll just quickly try to do it. No big deal. It looks like that the Voron 3372, so it should be fine. Now I know what it's called because I have my own. Yes, I got it correct. Voron 3372. Start plotting. Yep, it keeps my progress. That's good. So it would automatically switch back, but that might not be good. So it makes sense. Oh, it actually follows the terrain a bit. But it doesn't always do that. Now it just rotates. Okay. Route failed between Harbor Base and Transit Point. Oh, this is going to be hard. Wait. I keep forgetting. I don't keep forgetting, I forget. I forgot once just now. Just go around it. It's an off-road vehicle. It's just a side objective. It's not important. Is it a side objective? Yeah, it's a side objective. So there's no need to put too much effort into it, but it's going to give you a few concrete slabs, which could be good, but it's not. But it's probably not going to be urgent. Oh, it's there. Okay. Anyway, it's probably not going to be urgent. Because there are some concrete slabs near where I need to build the bridge. I think side objective... yeah. No need to even watch them. It's just going to give me some concrete. Passively. Reach location. Well, yeah, that's exactly where I thought it was, so... unless I'm doing something stupid, I should probably use this. Which I unlocked last time. Cinematic view. In the rain, so I can't see anything, and there's less traction. And it's a front-wheel drive vehicle, which I guess is going to be better at turning. But... okay, I like this turning. It's really good. I said I liked the Groundworks turning, but that's just slightly worse. Maybe it's good, like, it could be good for low speeds, but for higher speeds it's just bad. But this turns similarly slowly, but it has a really good turning circle later at low speeds. So it would benefit low speeds even more, and it even benefits high speeds more. Even though it detracts actually slightly less from high speeds, I really like the turning, and it's sufficiently fast, because for something without all-wheel drive capabilities, you'd expect it to be bad. But because the front wheels, which are the driving wheels, and the steering wheels, are good, and the back wheel's more like a trailer, it's basically like a semi-truck with all-wheel drive and differential. Open the map, and go to the Bridges tab. Now, throughout the game, you'll use different types of bridges. So the 15 is the maximum angle of the bridge, which it definitely doesn't say anywhere. And 20 is the maximum length of the bridge, which it also doesn't say anywhere. Click to select the start and end points. Alignment sets the angle at which the bridge ends for smoother transitions. Remember that bridges have a limited maximum length and cost resources. Okay. Here, what's the difference? Oh, so that just says go immediately, that says be flat for a moment. Okay, so inline probably takes less resources. Okay. So back to bridges. Here. If I say here, that would cost 3. That's also 3, but then 2. Yeah, that would be straight down. That's... yeah, it's just straight down. Wait. One moment. So if I want to go here... I just need to test this. I can't add it. Okay, I don't need to test it. I want to test it, and I can't test it, which makes me slightly annoyed. And 7 concrete slabs. To build the bridge, deliver the required resources to any of the designated zones. I guess the reason why you'd be able to have that route is... well, It needs maintenance. Where did it fail here? I know I said I wouldn't put much effort, but I guess if you make the bridge longer, you have harder bridge costs, you end up doing that. It should make it harder. Okay, I know I said this was an off-road vehicle, but it has tiny wheels. If this was the cargo truck from Precipice, which had bigger wheels, even though there were only 4 of them, that would be better. You know what? I just need to fix this route. Why is my camera shaking? I don't like camera shake. Thank you. Okay, how do I maintain this route? First off, be realistic. Second off, don't go through the rocks. That's what I did with the puddles, why can't I do it with the rocks? Step 3, spectate. It seems like it's good for off-road, it just has low clearance, which is really bad for an off-road vehicle. You know what? It has a low center of mass, and I respect that. Maybe the mule would tip, because it has a higher center of mass. Alternatively, maybe it wouldn't tip. I don't know. More rocks. Okay. Well, turns out it can get over rocks. Those rocks are just designed specifically to be anti-Voron. Because you're using a Voron, and the game designers probably want you to be used to whatever will happen later. Nobody's in there because I'm not driving. I like that little tiny detail. Of course, because nobody's in there, it makes it slightly more annoying, and spooky that this truck is just driving itself. But yes, until robots come, which I might, well, I shouldn't say robots come, I'm a roboticist, but AI-controlled robots come, AIs would actually act like that, like Tesla self-driving, because the wheel just turns itself, because the motor is actually part of the vehicle itself. The only reason the steering wheel's there is if you want to manually control it. A bit like in Robot, in the movie iRobot, except in that the steering wheel actually folds out, because nobody should use manual pilot because it's really good. Do I have is that a camera cover? Yes, I have a camera cover. Okay, I'll close it because everyone says I should, even though I get no comments. You know what? I shouldn't be annoyed at that. I really shouldn't. If you're muted, this would be really boring, because it's just the truck going along, doing nothing. Maybe in editing I should add something, text, to say, if you're muted, skip to whatever time this is. Anyway, I will enter this train, and in the next episode I will build the bridge. Stay safe, and, well, of course you're going to stay safe. You're not building bridges with a crane, unless you are, in which case it's probably still safe. Anyway, insert outro here. Bye. See you next week. Wait, now I need an outro. I haven't made one yet, but I could just edit it in at the end of each video. Bye.